Welcome to the Wine Emporium's first Wine Explorers box. Today we're going to take you on a trip to one of the most famous wine growing regions in the world, Napa Valley. Located northeast of San Francisco, Napa Valley is a collection of many American viticultural areas, as you can see here, from up north in Calistoga to in the south at Los Carneros. Lots of different soils and climates that lead to very different winemaking. Squeezed up against the Mayacamas Mountains here at the Farniente Winery. This is a good example of how picturesque and beautiful the valley is. Here we have the winery of Robert Mondavi, who was a pioneer in the area. And he led the exodus out to Napa to make great wine because it really is a wonderful place to make wine. And that's why many of the wines are award-winning and world-renowned. So join us to enjoy the tastes and textures of Napa Valley. Hey there, everybody. We're here with our one of our wines from our Explorers box for May. And this one that we wanted to share with you on this video is the Robert Foley Vineyards Charbono. It's the 2018 vintage. And Robert Foley, I feel like I can call him Bob actually because I've met him a couple times.
Bob.
He's a very nice guy. He is a great winemaker. He has had experience at some really wonderful wineries over the years across Napa Valley, Heights, Switchback Ridge, Pride Mountain. So made some really great wines. Markham. So now he's here doing his own thing. He still does some consulting and making other wines, but the one that has his name on it, I think, is where he puts a lot of his passion. And this first one is really a great example of how good of a winemaker he is. So tell us a little bit about this grape, Nova.
So Charbono originated in the Savoie region of the French Alps, where it was almost wiped out by phylloxera, but some cuttings made it over to the U.S. in the 1880s, out to California, when lots of things made it out to California in the 1880s.
That's true.
So they brought over some cuttings and started to grow it here. It's also called Bonarda down in Argentina, which is probably the largest producer of Charbono right now.
So they really don't make a lot of this in Napa Valley. It's from what I understand.
No, they're not making a lot of it, though there's a fair amount of it planted in Napa now.
So mainly it's used for blending or?
Used for blending, but if starting to see it more and more bottled as a single varietal because it has so much to offer. The blending, though, it really offers some that inky dark color and some of that softer fruit to blends, but it also ages well.
Okay. Well, that's I think if you were going to have a grape that nobody's really used to, Bob is a guy he has the skill to really bring a great wine out of it.
I trust Bob.
I do too. We're just going to name drop all day. But it has a really inky color to it, dark, almost can barely see through it. We'll see. The great thing about this
is not I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, you.
Not expected from the Napa box. This wouldn't be the first thing that I thought of.
No.
Everyone thinks of Cab.
Oh, definitely. And deep, rich Merlots, and we'll get to that. It's in the other videos. Yeah. I'll tell you. So, it is the darkness of the color. It actually has a lightness to it in its flavor. The fruits are not overly jammy. There's nice acidity there to offset the fruitiness, and the tannins are, they're great. They kind of go all the way across your palate from the very first taste all the way to the finish. There's a little bit of that spicy tannin all the way through the whole wine.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful wine.
It is. What would you pair this with?
Gosh, you would ask me something that I haven't really thought about yet today. I've been doing a lot of eating. Maybe a grilled pork tenderloin. For some reason, this makes me think. I like it with maybe a little sweeter sauce too, slightly sweet, like a blackberry. I had blackberries for dessert last night.
Okay, well, those are on your mind. Well, but that's how that works. Well, okay, so this is the Robert Foley Vineyards Charbono, and we hope you enjoyed as much as we did.